In this video, I'm going to start where I left off in the last video. The first thing that I like to do here is that we did not open up the firewall for SharePoint to access the SQL Server. So click on Start and Windows Firewall with Advanced Security, and then Inbound Rules, New Rules, Port. Click on Next. The port that we need to open is 1433. When SharePoint accesses the SQL Server, it uses the port 1433, which is TCP. Click Next and take the default one, allow the connection, and domain private and public. Okay, SharePoint access, sp_access. Okay, let's connect to the 2010 SharePoint computer. Okay, I'm logging as local admin. Okay, let's configure the SharePoint now. Click on Start, All Programs, Microsoft SharePoint 2010 Products, and SharePoint 2010 Product Configuration Wizard. Click Next, and the following services may have to be started or reset during the configuration. Click on S and create a new server form. The database server is SQL01 and username, and I'm going to use the service account sp_form and the password. This is the service account that we created in Active Directory. Okay, I'm getting an error message, cannot connect to a database master at SQL server at SQL01. The database might not exist. Okay, I'm getting an error message, cannot connect to database master at SQL server at SQL01. Okay, I'm going to click OK. I'm going to use here the domain name. Here it says type the username in the form domain/username. So let's try with the let's try this one. Okay, still I'm getting this error. So the next thing that I would like to do is ping the SQL server from the command prompt. Okay, I'm not able to ping the SQL server. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is try to ping using the IP address 150. Okay, here it shows 192.168.1.100. That is not correct. It is 150. So my guess right now there is a DNS problem. Let's connect to the DNS server and try to look at the entries. Okay, this is the computer DC01, which acts as domain controller as well as the DNS server. Okay, as you can see here, the SQL01 has got the wrong entry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to delete this entry. I'm going to connect to the SQL computer. This is the SQL. So what I'm going to do is, and I'm going to connect to the command prompt, and I'm going to type ipconfig register DNS. Okay, registration of a DNS resources record for all the adapters of this computer has been initiated. So I close this one. So I'm going to go to the DC01. I'm going to check the DNS entry here. Okay, now the IP address is correct. Okay, I'm going to connect to the 2010 SP computer, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to IP config. Okay, I'm going to do ipconfig / flush DNS. Okay, what I'm going to do is right now, okay, I'm going to click on next right now. Let's see what happens. Okay, I'm going to close this one. I'm going to SharePoint 2010 product configuration wizard. Next. New server form. Invalid username. The name looks to be right. Text site is a domain, and \sp_form. Okay, it went through. It is asking now the passphrase. Okay, they specify the port to SharePoint to access, and you can put anything you want, and I'm going to put 1 2 3 4 5. You can put whatever you want. The next. The configuration database server is SQL, and the database name SharePoint config, and the host central administration web application S, and this is the URL, and the authentication provider is NTLM. Next. I'm going to stop the video. As soon as it completes, I'm going to start back. Okay, I'm going to step back. I'm going to explain a few things about what I did in DNS server. Okay, I was just playing around with different IP address for the SQL server. That causes the issue. Okay, so that is why I went to the DNS server and I deleted the entry, and once I deleted, and I came back to this this computer, and then I went to the command prompt and did the ipconfig / and register DNS. Once you do that one, it automatically register the new IP address on the DNS server. Okay, this SharePoint configuration was successful. Let's click finish. Okay, it's trying to load this page. I'm going to put the local admin password. Sorry, it's the domain admin credentials. For this, I'm going to click no. Okay. And it is trying to start the wizard right now. Okay, for the central administration, and I'm going to click on start the wizard. Okay, here I'm going to use the existing managed account. The best practice, you need to create another service account, and then you need to proceed. But I'm going to, this is a testing environment. or just I'm just clicking to use the existing manage account and click next. Okay, I'm going to put the title as test and description as the test description, and the URL, the default one is fine. And then I'm going to click OK. Okay, I'm going to click finish. Okay, now I'm on the central administration. Okay, and I'm going to click on manage web application. I'm clicking a new. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a name here. Okay, SharePoint IT department, and I'm going to use the port 80. Okay, I'm going to define the host header, which is IT dot techsite dot lc. LC is nothing but the local domain. Okay, the authentication is NTLM is fine. Allow anonymous, no. Okay, if you have an external facing SharePoint, then you can use S. This is going to be totally internal, so I'm going to use this one. The URL is going to be the http://it.techsite.lc and the port 80. Okay, you don't have to put the port 80. Okay, normally all the website are connecting through the port 80. Create an application pool. This I'm going to take the default one. Okay, the database. Okay, this gives the funny name here, so I'm going to IT. The authentication mode is Windows authentication, not SQL Server authentication, and we don't have the failover database server. And finally I click OK. I'm going to connect back to my DNS server. I'm going to put an entry. Okay, this is my DNS server, and I right click and then I go. I'm going to create a new error card, and it is called IT. The IP address is going to be 192.168.1. Okay, let me verify the IP address here. Okay, it's 100. So I go back. You can create a PTR record, or you can just leave it alone. And if you create a PTR record, and for troubleshooting purpose, it's really good. Okay, it's created, done. Okay, the Microsoft SharePoint Foundation web application has been created. Okay. Okay, as you can see here, the site has been successfully created. This is the URL and the connecting through the port 80. Okay, I'm going to click on Central Administration, and then I'm going to click on Create a Site Collection. It's an Application Management. Create Site Collections. And I'm going to select here, change the web application, and I select this. Okay, the title is going to be Information System Department, and for this is for IT guys. The administrator, okay, and I'm going to okay. Secondary administrator, I'm going to put the same thing here. Basically you should have another one, and this is a testing environment. I'm going to put the same one. Or you can put okay, this is the local admin, and hit OK. Hit OK. Okay, now if I want to connect to that site that we created, we won't be able to connect. Okay, let's try it. IT dot okay, it is prompting for the username, so let's try to put the username and try to connect. Okay, it is not connecting. Okay, one small change, we need to do it in registry in order to make it work. Let's connect to the registry here. Okay, on the registry, I clicked on HK local machine, and then system. After the system, and control 01. Okay, again it's H key local machine, and system control set 001, and then control. Okay, after the control, you need to go LSA. After LSA, and you have MSV01. Okay, MSV 1 underscore 0. Okay, here what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click new multi-string value. Okay, the value name is the name should be a back connection host names. Okay, once I created this one, okay, back connection host names. Right click, modify. Okay, again I'm going to check the spelling. BACK, back connection host names. Okay, I'm going to put the value, the IT, and then down below IT. Okay, I put it.textsite.lc. Hit OK. Now I'm going to cancel here, and then I'm okay. I'm going to connect. I'm going to reset the IIS. I'm going to command prompt IIS reset. Okay, I'm going to launch the Internet Explorer and try to connect here. HTTP. HTTP ://it.textsite.lc. Okay, it is prompting for the password, username and password. Here we go. We are able to configure and launch our first website successfully.